Well, hello. This is Rochelle and welcome to my channel. Today we are doing day 18 of Gratitude Documented 2018 and the prompt is fellowship. The verse is 1 Corinthians 1 verse 9 that says, God is faithful, by whom you were called into the fellowship of his Son, Jesus Christ our Lord. And I was just so encouraged because when I saw this prompt, I just knew and could name all of the people that God had placed in my life to have fellowship with. You know, fellowship is such a sacred thing to me. And fellowship isn't necessarily those times when you are super spiritual and you are super holy and you speak to one another in weird languages like theist and thouist. It really is knowing that you can be who God made you to be with the people that he put in your life. And so in doing this page, I used a printable by Ella Roots as a part of her November birthday month. And then I used a photo of a family that is very near and dear to me and to us as a family. You know, we don't see each other every day and we don't spend time with one another every day. In fact, there are some weeks when we don't even speak to one another on the phone or with a text message or anything like that. But I know that if I am ever in need, this family is one that will be there for me. And so I cropped the photo a little bit. The pool in the background just didn't work for me with the full leaves on this printable, and so I cropped it so that it just had the silhouettes of the bodies, actual bodies, and I love it. I think it looks so nice, art-wise or scrapbook-wise or whatever wise you want to call that. Bottom line is, this is a family that I know that God has called me into fellowship with his Son, or into the fellowship of his Son, should I say. And so, you know, we're friends who exhort one another. We're friends who encourage one another. We're friends who, when we're together, I believe with all of my heart that our conversation, our actions, our interactions, it glorifies God. I love their children. They love my children. I know that her mom, you know, when things went south for me, she was there for me like my own mother. And so this family has just been very dear to my heart. And I wrote here in my journaling that my heart just soars whenever I think of fellowship, because when I think of fellowship, I think of families like these. This is obviously not my only friend, but what I'm saying is when we're together, it is time well spent. And so, yeah, my thankfulness, my gratitude for fellowship is just huge, great today as I do this page. I think of lots of other friends. I have a best friend who lives in the States. I hardly ever see her. In fact, you know, I just saw her in February for the first time in 8 years. But regardless, when we're together, you know, because of who God is in our lives, we have everything in common. There you go. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Fellowship is having everything in common despite our differences, because we have God in common. Yes? That's I think what I feel. So I'm just underlining or highlighting this verse with my Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pens and drawing an outline on the printable. And that's it for this page. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.